And on the channel, we're kicking it old school with a throwback Jakks Wrestling unboxing with Matt Morgan, John Cena, and Triple H from the Ruthless Aggression line.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a throwback wrestling unboxing and review with Triple H, John Cena, Matt Morgan, Jakks Ruthless Aggression. But for all your Ruthless Aggression needs, I don't know, eBay? But for all your modern day wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And you guys know me. I love my Jakks days, the Ruthless Aggression days. A lot of people bag on them, but man, if you take that time machine, you go back to when these were coming out, this was the cream of the crop at the time. And it's very easy to look at it with 2024 eyes and say, oh, these are terrible. And that's kind of what every generation does. You know, come 2050, people are going to look back at these Elites and Ultimates from the Mattel line and say, oh my gosh, what are they doing with those? That's just the way. Time, it waits for no one. But it also doesn't wait for me, and it doesn't wait for Matt Morgan, the old blueprint himself. I think he got maybe 2 Jakks Ruthless Aggression style figures. Definitely a bit of a deeper cut all these years later, but there was a lot of people that had high hopes for Matt Morgan to be a huge, huge star in the WWE. I would say he was a little bit bigger of a star in TNA. I think that was a fair assessment. But definitely an interesting looking figure here, about as plain Jane with about 0 bells and whistles is what we got going on with this. And definitely throwback old school Ruthless Aggression style packaging. Definitely WWE scratch logo up top, Ruthless Aggression on the sides. A little glamorous shot of old Matt Morgan there, and then you got the figure right there in the center looking good. Always love the back of the Jakks packaging. All kinds of cross-sells going on. We're selling it all right here. We got rings for you. We got, of course, some real title belts you can wear if you're a little kid. And then, of course, we're promoting the figure line. Got to promote the figure line. And we got Ruthless Aggression with RVD, Matt Hardy, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kane, Jamie Noble, and Matt Morgan. Collect them all for kids 8 and up, as we do know here. But a pretty good looking lineup there. Stone Cold, his last figure maybe, who knows at the time. That Kane was always really creepy in the head sculpt department. Always loved the RVD, liked the Matt Hardy. Jamie Noble was fine. And Matt Morgan a little bit plain Jane. He's got elbow pads and knee pads on the prototype on the back. None of that with this here. So a very plain Jane figure. And this is one of those figures you see in Facebook groups and things like that over the years. See you later, goodbye. And people post it and say, hey, who is this? Because people do not remember who it is. And I can see people thinking this is maybe Test, of course. Shout out to Test. Uh-oh, we got a... There we go. I can see people, see you later, being very confused who this is if you're not deep in the weeds. And let's be honest, Matt Morgan wasn't the Ultimate Warrior. He wasn't Macho Man. He wasn't Triple H. He wasn't John Cena. He had a cup of coffee there. But I do think if you told me this is Matt Morgan, I could say, okay, I see the likeness there. At first glance, I kind of think it's a short-haired version of Test is what it reminds me of. But it does look like Matt Morgan. If you know who Matt Morgan is, you kind of look by side to side. Yeah, I can see that resemblance. I think a lot of people maybe remember the name, don't remember him. And the biggest thing, of course, about him was being a giant at the time. Short hair on him, got a goatee, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Man, those human hits being played right here at the table. Besides that, you got a guy that's kind of walking around the gym is what it is. It looks like here without a shirt on too. No shirt, nothing going on for the elbow pads and knee pads like the back of the package. Black boots going on and then some biker shorts and that's it. Did he even wrestle? I guess he must have wrestled in something similar to this, but this just looks really unfinished, very plain, like it's missing something. I don't know, but it's very interesting looking figure if there ever was one. He does got one splayed out hand, and then you got a gripping hand here, which is perfect for his accessory. Another one of those great accessories you can use for different toy lines if you want to. A little dumbbell here, never hurt anybody, never hurt anybody. Very nice. You get kind of a real steel pipe in the middle there. And, of course, you got the weights. But you can have him working out backstage. You got a gym set up for your action figure photography. Hey, this is the guy to be in there. He could be front and center, really working it pretty hard here. But an interesting figure if there ever was one. Gray tracksuit going on. Or tracksuit? Yeah, he's got a full-on tracksuit. You don't see it? You don't see it? Track pants. Not even track pants. Track shorts. Long way to get there, of course. Got a little racing stripe in black. To match the boots, of course. Looking good. But it kind of is what it is. It is Matt Morgan. It is the blueprint before he was the blueprint is what we got going on there. So pretty plain Jane. I'll walk through the articulation on one of these figures throughout here. They're all the same, so I'll walk through it on one of them here. But we got old John Cena. Oh, John Cena, Mr. Jakks Pacific back in the day. No stranger to any of the lines, as we do know. And we got a different style Ruthless Aggression packaging here. And in my brain, when I think Ruthless Aggression action figures, for whatever reason, this is the packaging style I do think of. That's what first comes to mind. Obviously, they switched the packaging many times over the years. But for some reason, this is the most iconic to me. Be interested to hear what your most iconic style packaging is. WWE logo down low, big bubble window there. John Cena on the side, glamour shot on that side, and then on the back, we're promoting once again. We got that classic superstar ring. Not technically classic superstar in the ring, but close enough to be dangerous. I don't think it had the actual name. It had the seal, but it didn't have the name on it, if I remember correctly there. Check out the book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar series, by yours truly, of course. And then, of course, you got the title belts, the kids' title belts there, and then you got the cross-sell of the whole lineup. Who's in this set here? Series 14, Ruthless Aggression. You got the Nature Boy Ric Flair in a suit, The Undertaker. You got John Cena, you got Trish Stratus, you got Triple H, and you got one Shelton Benjamin. So quite the lineup right there, of course. But let's see what old John Cena is up to, and I'm sure it's no good. See you later, goodbye. John Cena, like I said, has had so many figures in the Ruthless Aggression line, and so many. That was when I was tracking down the entire set of all the everything. He was one of the hardest ones because you'd have just different wristbands or armbands. That would be the only difference. And trying to track those down, not as easy as it looks, and especially sellers not knowing what they have. They post a picture of a different thing, call it something else. Very confusing if you're trying to complete all these John Cena figures. But looking interesting here in the package. You get the U.S. title belt. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. But we get old John Cena here. Love the title belt here, the U.S. title. If I see this U.S. belt, I think John Cena immediately. That's what I think of here. Nice color to this one. Nice. Oh, yeah, it even spins. It even spins. Look at Jakks going all out. I always love these Jakks belts because of how they clasp together. They go in very easily where the Mattels don't always go. These have always went in very, very nicely. So a fabulous, fabulous belt. Word life, John Cena, it says. And I'm not a huge fan, as you guys have known over the years, not a huge fan of a lot of specific belts, outside of the Ultimate Warrior, of course. But this one is pretty nice, I got to admit, especially all these years later. Not the most iconic United States title of all time, at least not to me, but John Cena fans, it probably is. So a very nice belt there, a lot of good detail on that. You do get old John Cena here. He's got his jorts on, rocking those jorts, and then he's got two knee pads here. Those are some extremely low knee pads. Black sneakers going on as well. Gripping hand and open hand, just like his friend Matt Morgan here. And then he's got the old school sweatbands and armband and the old school WWE kind of logo there. And then you get John Cena in the head sculpt department. I think most people would know this is John Cena. A little angry, a little kind of bad guy John Cena for that kind of brief area time where he was kind of a little moodier, I guess we'd say. He's got that going on, and a flat top, like I said, you can set your watch to. Articulation, arms going to go all the way around for us. Bicep cut, single jointed elbow, hands back and forth, head back and forth, up and down. Waist articulation, those big old John Cena legs go up. Little simple bend at the knee, ankles up and down. And just like Mattel, Jakks also struggled with John Cena as far as the shoes go, as sometimes, these things wear out and you just take a dive forward. So that's very annoying for John Cena figures in this day and age and back in the Jakks days. But all in all, a passable John Cena. A good belt with him, of course. And John Cena, like I said, no stranger to any wrestling figure line, especially in this day and age. But it all began back in the Jakks days. But we're going to finish it off with a little Ruthless Aggression Series 33. The Kosei Canseco Tribute Series is what this was known as, of course. But we do got another packaging design here. We got Triple H in a shirt. Oh, he's wearing that shirt. An interesting Triple H, if there ever was one. Comes with the World Heavyweight title belt, WWE logo, got his name, Ruthless Aggression at the top. Glamour shot in the corner. A little foggy in the window, I would say here. And then, of course, this is the time where they had the 1 of 500 belts. You guys know how much I hunt for action figures. I never, ever came across one of those belts. Can you believe that? Very, very strange. Not really, I didn't really want one of those belts. I mean, I would have liked to have one just to see what all the fuss was about, but never really needed one of those belts, never really wanted one, but I'm just shocked in all my years of figure hunting, I never came across in the wild a 1 of 500 belt. Absolutely wild there, so who knows? But there's Triple H, and then on the back, we're doing the cross-sell once again. We got all kinds of stuff. We got Jibber Jabber down low. We got the UPC. Let's see what's going on in Series 33. We got Randy Orton also in a shirt. We got Candice. We got Melina. That's a good Melina figure. We got John Cena, once again, no stranger. We got CM Punk in a shirt. And we got Rey Mysterio with no shirt. So it'd almost be the shirted set if it wasn't for Rey. And then we're promoting Adrenaline Series 9. Cody Rhodes and Dusty Rhodes, one of the greatest two packs from the Adrenaline line. The Miz and Layla, MVP and Matt Hardy. Don't be a punk, get them all. And that's exactly what I did. I took that to heart and I got every single one of them. That's what I did. Did you? Did you? See you later. Goodbye. Some could say if you don't have them all, you're a punk. I'd hate to say it. I wouldn't, but Jakks would tell you that. There's old Triple H looking good. A lot of accessories with old Triple H here. We get the title, the sledgehammer. See you later. Goodbye. All right, we get the old school big gold belt. Absolutely phenomenal. A beautiful title belt. One of the best title belts of all time. Right up there with the Winged Eagle for me. Absolutely love this one. And Jakks did a fabulous, fabulous job on this belt. Absolutely do love it. Sledgehammer makes sense for old Triple H, does it not? Looking good. Got the brown handle. Got the silver at the top. Ready to hammer away like a young John Henry. And now we get down to old Triple H himself. Probably not the most iconic, probably not the most wanted Triple H figure of all time, but it is something a little bit different with the t-shirt. And he's got the King of Kings shirt going on there. Got the kind of skull face, got the crown going there, looking good. Same thing on the trunks. You got the little skull action. You got Triple H on the back of the shirt. And I do love that they gave him a little fisted hand over here. I love that fist, and then I love that it's taped up there. It's like he's ready for a street fight is what it's like. Looking good. Of course, Fist of Fury here. Fury here, gripping hand over here. He's got the Triple H boots there with the old Iron Cross going on. Got 2 black knee pads, 2 black elbow pads. Got a little of that sticky disease. And then we got a little sticky disease in the hair. Not terrible. I've seen much worse, but we're getting a little of that sticky disease. You get down to the head sculpt on this one. Looks like Triple H. Looks a little strange. You got a little of this going on with his mouth. Little teeth showing there. He does got the Lemmy from Motorhead or Harley Race, so however you want to classify it. Facial hair going on. I used to rock that facial hair around this time too, in tribute to Lemmy, of course, and Triple H a little bit, I guess. But always love that facial hair on him. Very iconic once again. Got that kind of mustardy hair color going on, the long hair as well. Articulation can be identical as these two. Don't need to walk through that. But a very good kind of street gear Triple H. You can even say street fight Triple H if you wanted to classify it that way. A pretty fun looking figure here. And out of these 3 figures, I would say this is probably my favorite one, as it just is something different. We got a lot of Triple H's. We got a lot of Cenas, of course. This feels different. Matt Morgan kind of is what it is. About as plain Jane as it gets in the Ruthless Aggression line. But an interesting one as we throw it back to yesteryear in the Jakks Ruthless Aggression line. Any thoughts from you guys, though, about these figures here? Were they pickups, passes, long games, didn't even know existed games, not for you games? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some, and of course, over on Patreon, early access to both YouTube channels. Everything, of course, over on Patreon. Truly, the heart and soul and the hub is the Patreon. And you can also support the channel at PresenTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. If you want to hear more about the Jakks line, of course, my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstars series. Just shy of 700 pages. You, too, could be a Jakks Class Superstars expert. Pick up the book at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. And if you want to hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for John Cena, Triple H, and the Matt Morgan, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon. Hey, doggies.